My name is Michelle and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is all about tips and tricks to start your semester in a more efficient way. So, for many of you, probably the new semester has just started. For you might be the winter or the summer semester, depending on which atmosphere you live in. But for me, the semester is going to start basically in 3 weeks. So today I'm just here to share with you some tips that I learned throughout my whole academic career, because the next semester is going to be my final semester here at university. So let's go. Okay, so this is really general, and if you follow many other study YouTubers, you already know this, but it's really important to organize all your notes beforehand. This means that you need to declutter and throw away past notes that you do not use anymore, both if you have paper notes and both if you have digital notes. I highly recommend you to do some archivization, just say it like that. If you just need to get rid of papers, I highly recommend you to give them to a friend who is going to take the class, if not this semester, maybe next year, or some juniors. Or if you have digital notes, I highly recommend you to upload them and make them available to other students worldwide on websites like Docility, for example. I have been using Docility for a while, and I have to say that this has saved many students. I received pretty good reviews on my notes, so I felt really proud because those are notes that were not useful to me anymore. I added all the info about the course and my university, so people from my same university could easily find my notes, and some of them told me they were pretty useful to revise everything before the exam. So I highly recommend you to take this thing into consideration and check your timetable as well, in order to organize more or less your week and have an outline of what you can do in your free time. And if you want to build a new routine or incorporate new healthy habits into your life, this is really crucial. I mean, like a general idea of how you're going to spend your time. Like, for example, I always add not only my classes but also the time that I need to go to classes, because I commute to my university building every single day. So it's really important, and I spend a lot of time on public transportation. So for me, it is crucial to understand how much time I have left at home for studying and also dedicating to myself. And when I want to implement new habits into my life and there's a new semester coming, I always give myself a 2 weeks trial mode so that I can understand if a new habit can work for me or maybe not, or maybe if it needs some adjustments in terms of time, in terms of dedication. So it is really important also to be not too harsh on yourself and give yourself some trial time. I highly recommend to do this. Also, what I want to do this semester, and it's going to be something pretty new for me as well, I want to keep track of all my study time. So I noticed that sometimes because I'm more involved in a specific class, because I'm more interested in that subject, I tend to spend more on that and neglect all the other ones. So grab your bullet journal, grab your Notion, and create a template, create something that might help you to keep track of all of the daily things that you do in order to maximize your productivity. And this means that you will have more time to dedicate on yourself, your hobbies, and the things that you love. Of course, with a new semester always come new classes. So in order to be fully prepared and not waste time, I always recommend you to check out the syllabus as soon as it is available, because within the syllabus you find all the information you need. And if it's possible, get your hands on past papers. I know this is something that is pretty common in some countries, but for example, in Italy, it is not. Usually, what is more common in situations like mine is to go to our local Facebook group. So like we have a group in which we ask information, and we share files, we share tips and tricks on professors, exams. So if you don't have access to past papers, be sure to check out if there's a local Facebook community group on your faculty, on your major or university. Access and ask to seniors all the information you need. And of course, within the syllabus, you will find many titles, many textbooks that the professors seem to require for the exam. But actually, the majority of them are just over there for some further in-depth analysis. So take note of all the textbooks that are required and ask to the professor which ones are mandatory and are the most important that will help you pass your exam, basically. Another thing that is really important is to adopt the right mindset. This is a thing that requires a lot of time because some people can change themselves and can adapt themselves really quickly, but some other people require more time. But there are some 3 tips that are really important that I would like to share with you. First of all, if you need any help and you feel lost, ask for help. Ask for help and contact your professors or contact some seniors if you feel that this subject is giving you nightmares and is giving you anxiety. Always ask for help because people are really happy to help other people that are going through the same things they went before, and professors are always really help. And professors are always really glad to help students that are genuinely even interested, or maybe they fear their subject, but they still seek an opportunity to do the best that they can. So it is really important. Ask for help if you need that. Incorporate things that I like to call mindless hobbies into your life. For example, reading fiction or maybe playing video games, because these kind of hobbies are the ones that really help us with detaching ourselves from reality and just spend maybe an hour or 2 every once in a while for us. It's like nurturing our soul in a very, not childish way, but we reconnect to our inner child and we let our anxieties and all our bad feelings go. And for example, we will incorporate more video gaming into my routine, which sounds, Michelle, this is so time consuming and you're not studying, it's not productive time. But being productive means also that you have to take time for yourself, otherwise you cannot be academically productive, in my opinion. Then I would like to share with you basically my motto, my academic motto of the year, which is give your best without losing track of yourself. This is really connected to everything that I said up to now. So be productive, be present, be intentional with my studies, but also go with the flow. If you have a no day and you don't want to study, it's totally okay, because we're human beings. You're trying your best. And so in order to stay productive and keep yourself accountable with everything, you also need some time for yourself, relax and just do whatever you want to. So I have some practical approach tips that are related to habits that I would like to share with you, because I always find myself sleeping till late, 9:30. I know for some people it's really early, but for me it's really late because I tend to wake up at 7 a.m. around. So my ideal time is 7 a.m. or 7:30. And so what I do is 7-10 days before the beginning of a new semester, I try to wake up at the same time every day. So around maybe 7:30, in order to get again this habit of waking up really early. And this really is a lifesaver. Then related to the fact that you are now keeping track of, or at least you want to keep track of your setting time, do weekly check-ins, because based on the things that I explained before, doing weekly check-ins will help you understand if you're staying on track with everything, or otherwise you need to spend more time catching up with some things. So track and check, track and check. It's really important to do this kind of things. Last but not least, I have some tips for anyone who is still having an online semester. I know many of you still have online classes. Personally speaking, we still do not know, but I am pretty sure we're going to have a blended semester, so people who want to can go to classes and likely I live pretty close. It's just a little bit of commuting, but you know, if I stay outside for many hours, I can just go at university, or maybe if I have just one class, I don't think I will bother and I will just follow from home. But you know, everything is evolving pretty fast, so we still do not have anything official, but I assume we're going to have a blended semester again. So for anyone who is going to have an online semester, I highly recommend you to invest in some good furniture. Like yesterday, I bought this amazing chair. Actually, it's for children, but you know, I'm pretty short and it's perfect in the measurements. So good job, Michelle. I didn't actually check that it was for children, but I guess that being shorty sometimes has its own pros, but actually not being shorty. So again, but let's not talk about this. Invest in some good chair because this is going to help you with your posture, with your back. It's really important to stay healthy because personal experience, if you do not feel well, you really cannot sit at a desk and study. This will trigger your anxiety because you're not doing anything, and it's a never-ending cycle. So spend some money purposefully. And I know that some people say that these are not really effective, but these have really helped me with my sight. I do not have itchy eyes anymore, or at least early morning, maybe just at night when I spend a lot of time at the screen. But anti-blue light glasses are a thing for me, and for me are a big yes. So I recommend them because they work with me, but you know, personal preferences. And if you are going to spend your semester online, therefore you don't have that many friends, you don't have the possibility to meet up with them really frequently, I highly recommend you to join a Discord study community, because there are so many people all over the world that are seeking for just some company while they're studying. Sometimes they even turn on their cameras and you can have like the feeling of being a cafe and study together. And if you want to consider joining my Discord study server that is called the Monstera Cafe, basically my friend Giselle and I decided to create the study server because we were feeling alone and pretty unmotivated when we had online classes. And now the community is pretty big. It's not maybe one of the biggest servers on Discord, but it's still pretty nice, pretty chill, and it's all based on a cafe that is full of plants, so you got this kind of vibe. Then there are some other two Discord servers that I would like to recommend you if you're interested in, you know, exploring a little bit and find your own niche. The first one is the Study Center. I found it on StudyTwit because over there's a very active community, and it's one of the hugest servers I've ever seen on Discord. It's pretty chill. They also do some challenges like the Studython. It's really, really nice. And I also recommend you to check out my friends Teresa, Anna, and Elmo's server, which is called Gladly Global Town. Is heavily language learning specific, but many people also find and meet around there to study together. So I highly recommend you to check my study server, but also these other two servers. So guys, these are my tips for starting a new semester in the best way. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye!